In 2014, two Dutch students traveled to Panama for what was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. A simple hike, a clear afternoon, a popular trail. Then they disappeared. For days, no one heard from them. No messages, no calls, no sightings. But days later, something chilling was discovered. Their phones were still being used. Emergency calls were attempted, the phones were turned on and off, and photos were taken in the middle of the night. This is the true story of Chris Kremers and Lysanne Froon, and the mystery of the phone activity that continued after they vanished. Who they were. Chris Kremers was 21 years old. Lysanne Froon was 22. They were best friends from the Netherlands, responsible, intelligent, and adventurous. They traveled to Panama to learn Spanish and volunteer with children. They stayed with a host family in Boquete, a quiet town surrounded by rainforest and mountains. Everything about their trip appeared normal, until April 1st. The hike. On April 1st, Chris and Lysanne decided to hike the El Pianista Trail. It was considered a beginner-level hike, popular with tourists. Well-known and commonly used, they packed lightly, a small backpack, one bottle of water, two phones, and a camera. Photos from that day show them smiling, relaxed, and enjoying the view. But after reaching the summit, they continued walking. Beyond the trail, deeper into the jungle, that was the last time anyone saw them. The first emergency calls. Later that afternoon, at 4:39 p.m., Lysanne's iPhone attempted to call emergency services. The number dialed was 112. The call failed. Minutes later, another attempt was made. It also failed. There was no signal. Over the next several days, the phones continued trying to reach help. On April 2nd, another emergency call attempt was made in the morning. It failed. On April 3rd, another attempt. Again, no connection. These logs confirm one thing clearly. They were alive, they were lost, and they were trying to get help: the phone activity. As the days passed, the phone data became stranger. Lysanne's phone battery died on April 5th. It was never turned on again. Chris's phone, however, remained active. Beginning on April 6th, the phone was turned on multiple times each day, but it was never unlocked. Incorrect PIN codes were entered again and again, over 70 attempts. Chris had never once entered her PIN incorrectly before. Someone was trying to unlock the phone, and whoever it was didn't know the code. From April 7th to April 10th, the phone continued to be powered on briefly, then shut off. No calls, no messages. Just silent activations. On April 11th at 10:51 a.m., the phone was turned on one final time. Then it went dark forever. The photos in the dark. When investigators later recovered the camera, they discovered something disturbing. On April 8th, between 1 and 4 a.m., the camera was used to take 90 photos. None of them showed the girls clearly. The images captured darkness, tree branches, rocks, and the jungle floor. One photo appeared to show the back of a person's head. Another showed a plastic bag tied to a stick. Some photos looked as if the camera flash was being used to illuminate the surroundings. Why take 90 photos in the middle of the night? To create light? To scare something away? To signal rescuers? No one knows. The backpack. Weeks later, a local woman discovered a backpack along a riverbank. Inside were both phones, the camera, money, sunglasses, and personal belongings. The items were dry and undamaged. The backpack showed no signs of being carried through the jungle for weeks. It looked as if it had been placed there deliberately. Shortly after, bone fragments belonging to the girls were found miles downstream. Their deaths were confirmed. But the mystery remained. The theories. The official explanation states the girls became lost and died due to exposure. But questions remain. Why were incorrect PIN codes entered repeatedly? Why take dozens of photos in complete darkness? Why was the backpack found clean and intact? Why did phone activity continue long after the girls were believed to be incapacitated? Some believe one girl survived longer and used both phones. Others believe a third party was involved. Some think the jungle itself played a role. No theory explains every detail. The unanswered questions. To this day, investigators cannot explain. Who was trying to unlock the phone? Why the photos were taken at night? How the backpack ended up where it was found? Or what truly happened after the last daytime photo on the trail? The phones tell a story, but not the whole one. Closing. Two young travelers set out on a simple hike. They never came back, and their phones continued to speak, long after they were gone. Their story is real. Their phone records are real. And the truth behind what happened in the Panama jungle may never be known.